have a gourmet meal for
Yeah.
fifth grade
Right.
lunch? And everybody's like,
Right.
why do you have a chicken cutlet sandwich?
Like if the brown paper bag didn't have like the grease stain,
Yeah.
you knew the lunch wasn't gonna be fire. Like,
Yeah.
Like who's
so-
breaking spaghetti actually?
Yeah, right. I mean, I think there's
So I have to
God.
be honest. Like I don't want it to like.
that is sacrilegious.
I have to be honest.
Go to
One thing I'm
church.
not.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Hardcore Italians podcast. We have a fun one today. Basically what happened is we surveyed our audience on Instagram. What are some things that Italian mothers are worried about like
Yeah.
crazy, even though they shouldn't be?
Yes.
And the results are in. And we got a lot of comments and a lot of funny things, and we're going to be breaking down the top 10. So
Everybody was cracking me up. All the things that were getting pulled in. Everybody. It's just so funny to see
Yes.
everybody's opinion and what they grew up with,
Yeah.
and then kind of compiling it. It was just cracking me up. All of
It
them.
just seems like we all had the same moms. Like, you know what I mean? It just comes off like we all had the same upbringing, just like different fonts a little
yeah,
bit.
right.
It's
Same
so
story, different
funny.
font.
Yeah. But the first one on the list was walking around with wet hair. So
yeah, which
feedback.
I was going to let you guys lead with that because it's probably more of a girl problem than guy problem with that one.
yeah.
But yeah, they always say you could get sick, get a cold, right?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Don't go out, especially with a cold in cold hair.
Right.
Yeah, or wet
Yeah.
hair.
I was told that, but if I'm being honest, I feel like that didn't really happen to me all that much for some reason. I feel like there's other ones on the list that like really always happen
Yeah,
to me.
me too.
But wet
Yeah.
hair, definitely, I can think of like 2 or 3 times that my mom was like, "Get in the house."
Yeah, right. Where
Okay.
it's like
Yeah.
you shouldn't leave the house like that.
Right,
And I'm
yeah.
like, okay.
Right.
So going out with wet hair, if you do it, is it a myth or is it real? Like, will you get sick?
You will
Are they
get
right?
I
sick,
think
in my
you do,
opinion.
yeah.
You
Honestly,
do get
yeah.
sick. Yeah, you
Okay.
definitely do.
So that one's valid then.
It's
I think
valid.
that one's
That
valid,
one's
yeah.
pretty valid.
Okay, so you
yes.
guys, when you're moms one day, you're going to be saying the same same stuff.
Probably.
Probably.
So that's
yes.
one that's going to be carried on.
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
All right, that's good to know.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, but that was a top answer.
That was the
on
number one answer
Number
for
one
sure.
answer,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, no,
100%.
that's surprising. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we got a number 2.
Walking around barefoot.
This one happened to me for a while. This one was a consistent one for me. Like, I feel like if it was like my dad or my mom, like they were always like, put socks on, your feet are gonna get cold and you're gonna get sick. That's what it always was for me. Like my mom would always say, put some socks on all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one that I really don't have experience with.
Really?
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't either. Maybe I just always wore socks.
Yeah. Because I always also do wear socks. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's just funny how both of the top answers are like about getting sick.
Right. Yeah.
Like Italian moms must just be super worried about us getting sick
Yeah,
for
exactly,
whatever
right?
reason.
They just want their babies to be healthy, everything okay. Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah.
But that was a top answer too, huh?
Yeah.
Because I
number
mean,
2.
me and Gianna never heard it.
Right.
Yeah, no, that I remember like every single time when I got sick too, kind of talking about socks and like barefoot. Like
Yeah.
whenever I would get sick, my dad would take Vicks and rub it on your feet, and you were supposed to put socks on with it because it would drag the cold out.
That's
Not
actually
sure if that's
hilarious.
I'm not sure if that's true, but I mean it helped me. I never got sick, but I don't really know if that has anything to do with being Italian or if my dad just maybe saw that on Yahoo News someday
Yeah.
or like, went along
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised that school lunches wasn't. I thought that would be one of the top 1 or 2 because everybody I talk to, nobody buys school lunches. It's like we
Yeah.
all have
Yeah.
the deli meats, the fresh cut vegetables, everything, and we're the ones at school like we have a gourmet meal for
Yeah.
fifth grade
Right.
lunch, and everybody's like,
Right.
why do you have a chicken cutlet sandwich?
Like if the brown paper bag didn't have like the grease stain,
Yeah.
you knew the lunch wasn't gonna be fire. Like you just knew that wasn't gonna happen.
I was just gonna say the same thing, like the greasy brown paper bag, and you're like everyone else has like PB and J's and stuff,
Yeah.
and your friends are looking at you like, what did you bring?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But that was the best, like having the best lunches. I love it.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
awesome.
You know,
Yeah.
I used to get like the thermos full of pasta. Like
Yes.
it was so warm too. Like it was perfectly timed out. So funny
Yeah.
to think about.
Even
like,
when I was in high school, my dad would cut our apples so thinly and perfectly, and everybody at school would be like, did you buy those from the market? And I'm like, no, my dad made them.
Yeah.
And they're like, give me them. I'm like, no, you can't have my lunch. I need to eat.
He's like Paulie and freaking Goodfellas, like with the garlic, just slicing it extra thin. Oh my god,
literally,
that's
That's
such an
that-
Italian thing too.
that extra TLC just
Yeah.
to make it
Yeah.
perfect
Exactly.
again for the babies. So cute. Yeah. But that was like lower on the list. That was like number 5.
I know. I was super surprised.
Number 3.
Oh, so that is on the list too. School lunches. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a third one.
Right. The third one though is showering during a lightning storm.
I did that yesterday.
I have never heard of that. Don't know what that is. So maybe this is your guys' time to.
I don't know. Have you?
I've never heard this. I showered last night while it was thundering. Like
the tornado was hitting.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a thing until I read the blog and we were talking about the blog. I was like, oh, interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
What? So you're like, let me try it out, see if I get yelled at or what?
I
I
just had to shower yesterday. I'm like, okay, fuck it, whatever. I'm just gonna shower.
Right.
But
let me test this theory out, see if I get in trouble.
Exactly.
This is crazy.
But yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm just looking at this list too. Like, I don't know. The top ones are a little surprising because basically what we do is, we let everyone comment, and then we see like what's the most liked, what's the second most liked, what's the third most liked. So we'll have to check the numbers or pop them up or something. But that's kind of crazy because none of us have heard. Gianna, me and you haven't heard of the second one.
Yeah.
None of us have heard of the third one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's like not a Chicago thing or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
But yeah, that's funny. It was storming super bad too. I was just thinking about yesterday. I was like,
we were just talking about how my dad made me go in the basement, and the tornado wasn't even gonna hit my neighborhood.
Yeah.
But he was so nervous, like a typical Italian dad. He just dragged me downstairs and was like, "Sit in this basement." So
yeah, I know. You got to like plot out like where the hell you're gonna hide and stuff. I don't have a basement. We're like, should we go in the bathroom? Like that's never good conversations. But I don't know. I saw too. The tornado warning was like north, and then we were like a little bit underneath it, but then I started hearing that hail.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the hail yesterday?
No.
They were like huge.
Oh my God.
Huge.
Someone put on the Ring Neighbors app, someone like put a handful of hail and it were like freaking bowling balls. I've never seen that in my life.
They were so big.
I didn't see them,
but
I was in the basement.
It sounded like somebody was like beating the walls of your house. Like it was so loud.
my God.
It
Yeah.
so
it was like terrifying. Like, so I don't know. It was super weird, but
hopefully everybody's cars are okay.
Yeah. But like literally it was like 7 degrees out like a day ago, and I was in shorts and a t-shirt like on my deck chilling.
Yeah.
Then it's like hailing like hell, and then at night
Chicago.
now it's like snowing this morning. Like I don't know, we're like, this is crazy, but
we can't get our shit together.
Chicago can never get their shit together.
Never.
That's what I'm saying. So specifically for us, we should maybe really follow this list because I don't know, maybe
we'll learn something, a thing or two.
We got to say 3 Hail Marys and never leave a walk before we walk out of the house every day. Hey, Mom, what are those things you're always worried about again? I don't know.
Keep the Maloik away. Keep the Maloik away.
We got to be careful because we're like living in some crazy weather, but
seriously,
we'll see. But
I always say it's an 8.5 hour flight. Take it to Italy. Let's just never come back.
Yeah. Exactly.
Never turn back. Yeah, seriously.
Exactly. I know.
So funny. Number 4 on the list, though, in this one, I'm sure that we can go. I think all of us can get on this one. Is breaking the spaghetti.
That gives me agita.
Yeah.
That gives me agita.
Yeah.
Anybody I see breaking spaghetti, I want to give them a real lesson.
But Italians don't do that.
No.
I don't know. So that's just something more for like, I feel like that's a social media thing where we're like trying to do a prank or something, right?
Yeah.
Like who's breaking spaghetti actually?
Yeah, right. I mean, I think there's.
So I have to be honest. Sometimes I do break it, but it's only for the sole purpose of like, I don't like hit my
Did you just admit on camera on the Hardcore Italians podcast that you break spaghetti willingly?
That is sacrilegious.
I have to be honest.
Go to
One thing
church.
I'm not is a liar, so I have to be truthful. Like, but like not like, I don't feel like I can save myself from this one. I do. I know.
Sorry for judging. No, you could continue. Why? Continue.
I just feel like it's just like I like it. I feel like it's just easier to eat that way.
So why don't you just make a different pasta type at that
point?
point?
That's what I mean. I don't really eat spaghetti though. That's why, because I'm a little. I don't like if I have my makeup done, the sauce is gonna hit me. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, fair.
Like, it's
that's fair.
It's not really about like, oh, like I need to break it because that's how it's supposed to be. I break it just for the sole purpose of like it's just easier for me to eat. Like that's literally it.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
you give it a nice twirl and you're good to go.
I don't have time for that. Personally, I don't have time for that. I just want to eat. But yeah, so I just avoid spaghetti entirely. But
yeah.
Wow.
Fair.
So you like the long spaghetti, but you have to break it and you don't like the small spaghetti.
So I don't like if it's like angel hair.
Yeah.
Like I'm not breaking it because it's like not as like
Dense.
right. You know what I mean? But if it's like spaghetti, yeah, I have to be honest.
No, I'm just
I-
trying to
like,
just trying to
no, but I feel like a little
trying to
attacked.
understand your logic.
Well, so why does it piss Italian mothers off though? You know?
Because it's not the right way of going about it. You're not supposed to do it. That's
Exactly.
like,
But
you're
does
not
it mess with the
supposed to.
flavor, or I don't know, or is it just as simple as like let it boil for 30 seconds and
I honestly
I
think
actually have no idea.
I think it messes like I feel like chefs will tell you like hardcore stuff like no, you're
Yeah.
ruining it or something, you
Oh,
know?
Really?
I've like read that sometimes like it tastes okay. I'm a person that each pasta tastes different,
Mm-hmm.
and
No, I'm
so
the same way.
I think that maybe if you broke it in half, maybe it would taste a little different. But I've never broken it in half, so I don't know. Maybe we need to try this. Maybe we need to break it in half.
Maybe you
and
guys
try
should
it.
come over when I make pasta the next time, and you guys can experience it, and maybe you guys will understand where I'm coming from.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I'll ever understand. Do you ever see the videos where like they'll make spaghetti, but then like they like lift it up and they're just like taking scissors and chopping it?
Yes.
That's Bella 100%. Like
Am I
There's this
gone?
there's this guy on TikTok that is in the middle of Italy, and he'll be in like the most Italian restaurant and get that and then cut it, and just to piss everybody off there.
that's hilarious.
And it
That's
was
me,
so
I guess.
funny.
That's what I'm saying, but people like those reactions are hilarious.
So funny.
Yeah.
We got to pull some pranks on some moms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
It's like one of those things that it's like would put everybody else in a coma except for Italians.
right,
It's like breaking pasta.
right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. I think that one's valid.
Oh yeah,
I
that
think
one's
that
for
one's
sure valid.
I mean, they all seem pretty valid.
Yeah.
You know, I'm learning some new ones, but they all seem pretty valid.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so number 5, we talked about
The
school
school
lunches.
lunches.
Number 6, plan 2 days in a row. So
Yeah.
you were talking a little bit about that before we
Yeah.
started.
So
Explain that one.
I mean, this still happens to me to this day. Like my dad, specifically my dad and my mom. I think my mom's like let up a little bit, but I have to pick if I want to go out for the weekend. It's either got to be Friday or Saturday. Like like my
You can't do
parents get
both.
very upset when I do both. Like they're like, oh, you don't spend time with our family. You don't want to be by us. Like I hear the whole sob story, the drama, everything. Like this was more of a thing when I was in high school, I would say, and like. Not to mention too, my curfew was like 10. Like on
Yeah.
a Friday, like if there was like a party, I remember I would have to like go at like 8, and I'd be like packing my stuff at like 9:45. At 9:45 too, because I didn't want to be late to the curfew. And then that was
Yeah,
it.
that
That
was
was
me
my
too.
fun. It was like 2 hours on a Friday, and then Saturdays I was just in the house. That was it. Yeah.
Everybody's out in high school until like 2 a.m. You're like, no, I
Yeah.
have to go home. I have a curfew.
Actually, I have a bedtime. I'm 18 years old, and I still have a bedtime.
Oh my
so-
God, I still get a curfew now, and I'm about to be 30, so I
Yeah.
feel you. And I'm a guy. I feel like they're harder on girls, Italian
sure.
parents with that
100%.
stuff for
Sure.
sure. But I mean, I'll hear it too. What? You just went out last week? You know what I mean? Not even 2 days.
Exactly.
Okay, so that makes sense because I was a little confused at first, like planning 2 days in a row, because I'm
Yeah.
thinking like we're always planning, like, you know, there's that phrase, we're eating breakfast and talking about what's for lunch, what's for dinner. You know what I mean?
Right,
So we're always planning. Maybe it's just food related only.
Yeah.
Any other plans? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like dinner's always planned at my house. Like when we're eating dinner, it's like, what do you want for tomorrow's dinner?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're constantly worried about it. So
Yeah.
that's where I was like, okay, that now it makes sense. I'm glad you broke that down.
Yeah.
So valid or not valid?
Valid.
Valid.
Yeah.
Very valid. Yes.
Valid.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, it's good to know. I mean, so we're 6 for 6.
6 for 6.
Okay, next one, too close to the TV.
Sitting too close to the TV. Like
Okay.
I would
you're-
always get in trouble sitting too close to the TV.
there's no instance off the top of my I mean, I guess I just never did. I don't know. I don't have much to say about this one. Did you ever sit really close?
Probably. I mean, my eyes are shot. so, so maybe I should have listened. If I take my contacts out, I can't see anything in front of me. So I don't know.
I didn't even know you had contacts.
Yeah, we're contacts.
So do you have to wear glasses when you take your contacts out?
Yeah, I barely take them off though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like right before I go to sleep, I'll take them off, and then I don't even put in my glasses usually because it's like right before I go to bed. So,
Yeah.
but sometimes if I ever have my glasses or contacts off during the day, like I get kind of freaked out. I'm like, I'm a blind person. Like I
Really?
can't see. I don't know. I mean, I can't read. It's kind of scary. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's probably honestly like, I always played video games and watched TV and whatever. I feel like that has a lot to do with it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be genetic too. I don't know.
That's true, because now that I think about it, my brothers get it more in trouble, like more got in trouble for that because of the video games.
Yeah.
Like they would sit in front of the TV and like
So
play
close
all day,
to.
like so close. They would get so into the game, and like there was like no pulling them out of that zone. So
Yeah.
I think that one's very valid.
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
for
Yeah, I
sure.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then moving on to number 8 on the list was lights on in the car, and I'm surprised that
one.
this
Gianna's
one's
already
not.
smirking.
I'm surprised that this one's not higher.
I'm so surprised that this one's not higher.
This one
Yeah.
should be number 1
You
or number 2
seriously-
or
Yeah,
something like that.
Seriously,
I mean, the amount of times I was in the car and I wanted to turn the light on to look for something, and I was, don't turn on the light, don't turn on the light.
Yeah, the thing is too with the lights in the car, they have you believe like they have you thinking that it's illegal, like straight
My
up.
parents used to tell us
Yes.
it was illegal too.
I was told it was illegal.
Yes, that is so.
They're like, I'm gonna get pulled over. There's a cop right there. Turn the light off.
Right. Is that like wait?
No, that's
like,
fake. That's
oh,
fake. It's not illegal. It's not illegal. They lied to us.
I just don't know it's true anymore. Like I don't know the truth anymore.
There's probably Italian cops pulling people over, thinking it's like arrested people. Like, hey,
Literally, like, hey, turn those off.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, is that a valid one or no?
Yes.
Is it? I'm like, I don't know if that's
Why is it
valid.
just distracting for
Well,
other
now-
people, or they get pissed because they're trying to drive and they're like, turn
Well,
the freaking
now
lights off?
for me, if people turn the lights on in the car, I get pissed.
See, I'm
like
just-
I actually
yeah.
get pissed now. I'm like, turn the like, because I'm kind of blind too, so like I don't like it's like too many
Kind of
like
blind?
you know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain it. Like the rays of the light like are blinding my right eye. I can only see out of my left
Yeah.
type thing. So
No,
I
when
think that
it's-
one's valid.
When it's
for
in
sure.
the dark, the light is definitely hard. It's harder to see.
For
yeah,
sure.
it's like
Yeah.
a focusing. Everyone says too, like if you're about to pull up to an address and you're driving, like you got to lower the music. Like,
Right.
like how does that help? Like it's
You know what I always do whenever I pass a cop? I like blast the music in my car and I always turn it down. And my brother always makes fun of me because he's like, "There's a cop. There's a cop." Shh, shh, shh. And I
You guys will
always turn
lower
it
it.
down. Yeah.
I always pull into my driveway with the music bumping. My dad gets so pissed. He's like, "Why do you come in like you're in a rap music?"
He's like,
video?
"You're gonna
I'm like,
break your
"What are-
sound
Like
system."
seriously,
Yeah.
he's like, "Do you not like get scared in the neighborhood? Like you don't turn the music down in the neighborhood?" And I'm like, "No,
Why
not
would
really,
I? Why
not
would I?
really." I'm like, "I like this song. I don't know what to say. I'm blessing you." Like, it's a good song.
Yeah, I'm definitely not the speed limit is a suggestion. It is not forced. It is truly a heavy suggestion.
Yeah, true.
Watch tomorrow. Gianna comes into work just going like, "Hey, sorry, I'm late. I got a ticket on the way here."
Shut up! Don't say
Jinx
that.
yourself. You're jinxing yourself for that one.
I did. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I feel you though. It's as long as if you're going 10 plus over, like you can get in trouble. But
Yeah,
don't
I
know,
definitely
like-
was on the highway for 5 minutes this morning. Usually takes.
Gianna! Oh my goodness.
It's fun. It's fun to play NASCAR.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But where does that come from too? Because I don't know. My grandparents from Italy, like they didn't even drive. Like they just straight never got their license. So I don't know where
Yeah.
that one comes from.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's not like maybe it's more of like our parents thing than grandparents thing. I don't know.
For sure.
You know,
Yeah.
where does that? I wonder where that comes from. That everybody agrees on it. Like we're surprised it's not higher. So we heard of that one instantly.
Right.
Yeah.
So I wonder where that like came from. That's a thing. It's probably like a thing for everybody at the same time. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Maybe Italians get more pissed specifically. I could
Yeah.
see that too.
Yeah.
I
So
can
I
see
don't
that
know.
too.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of curious on that one.
Yeah. That's actually a good idea. We should look up the origin
Yeah.
story of that one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Like-
I feel like some of these we still follow them because they've just been around for so long and they're ingrained in us because
Yeah.
of our grandparents and parents and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't even know why. You just know.
Right. You're like, I don't know why I'm doing this or listening to this, but like I'm going to because I have for so long.
Right.
Yeah, but I just think like my grandparents literally didn't have a license, didn't have a car. So like I wonder what point I'd be interested to
Right.
know that story for sure. We got to look into that.
We gotta
That-
ask Big Mike when he gets in. We
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
ask Big Mike and Mary.
I was
when
gonna
they
Yeah.
say
come in.
that could be another post probably on its own or something.
Definitely.
Get some more feedback, but
Yeah.
that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 9, hats
Hats.
on the table.
I've never heard this one.
Never heard it.
I mean, I heard like hats in a fancy restaurant in the whole
Yes.
Soprano
Mhm.
scene where
Yeah.
he's like, take your hat off, and he's
Right.
ready to strangle the guy for the
Right.
hat. At, you know,
Right.
he's sitting down with Bucco, like all ready to freaking rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But that's like, I mean, that I understand. He's like, they don't sell hot dogs here.
Right.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, I like this hat. Like it's my hat.
So I could see. I think it's like a respect thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree too. Like, I don't know. I feel like Italians are, you know,
For sure.
like at the dinner table or whatever,
Yeah.
definitely respectful too. And
The dinner
You know.
table is like next to the church.
Right.
We find it so religious.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
I almost wonder though if this is more of a superstition though, because I've heard of like don't ever put shoes on the table. So I wonder if it's like a superstition in the sense of like don't put a hat on a table because blah 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 will happen. Like I understand the respect side of it, but like I don't know. I didn't take it that way when I saw this one.
Yeah. See, because the shoe thing, I was always like, if I put a shoe on a chair, on a table, like
Bad
I
luck.
would, yeah,
Right.
they would say, my parents would say, take it off, like it's
Right.
bad luck. But I
Right.
don't know if that's an Italian thing or like where that
Like a
originated from.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hats on the table. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's like I know people that'll take their hat off purposely before you eat, like every meal. They're
Yeah.
not like they were trained by their parents, like don't wear a hat at the table.
Oh, really?
So like don't wear one. I've heard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
like I said with the Sopranos, like at a restaurant or whatever, like when you're eating, like don't wear a hat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know
That I always was told, like, don't wear hats inside. That's
Yeah.
like, or
Yeah.
not for for guys.
For
like
guys,
my brother
yeah.
was he always had to take his hat off anywhere.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've heard of that, but on the table, I mean, it makes sense, but
Yeah.
I didn't know it'd be a big thing where everyone's commenting like, don't leave a hat on the table. Like I get why
Yeah.
you wouldn't, but
yeah.
that's
Right.
kind of interesting, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no,
sure.
that,
Okay.
that was an interesting one for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
okay. And the last one kind of leads into what you guys were saying, but shoes on the bed. This one
That
should be a number one too.
Seriously,
Yeah.
this one drives me crazy.
As a person, that one
Crazy.
just drives me crazy. Like,
No.
forget being Italian. Don't put your dirty shoes on my bed.
Even like shoes, don't put your outside clothes on my bed
No,
either.
no,
I
no.
hate like this happened to me especially in college. Like when we would go out, like after like obviously going out, like we were all like in the club sweating, dancing.
Yeah, like,
you
don't go
spilled
on
your
my bed
drink,
after that.
and then people would lay on my bed when we would go back to my apartment and sleep, and I'd be like shaking. I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is like, I just never liked that stuff. I'm way too like, that's just gross. Like it's more of like a gross.
That's just
thing.
Yeah,
gross.
but you'd be
I-
surprised
yeah.
how many people do it. Like I think this is the other one with the lights on the car. I could see like more ethnicities and stuff doing that,
Yeah.
but this one, like I feel like Italians, it drives them freaking nuts. Like
It
do
does.
not leave shoes on the
Yeah.
bed. But
Right.
I
Yeah.
understand that one, but you'd be surprised how many people like actually do it. Like
Ooh.
sometimes
No,
I'm
for
watching
sure.
shows or see like pictures on Instagram and like people are like wearing their shoes and
On the
laying in
bed,
bed. Yeah, and
yeah.
it's like, are you freaking kidding me? And we notice it like right away
Right
too.
away.
It could be something about a complete different topic or whatever, and we're just like instantly like analyzing for it. Like we're
you're
looking
why
for
the
that
shoes
shit.
on the bed.
I just don't understand. Like, it's not even comfortable either. Like, you know what I like? If
Yeah.
like, I don't even understand how that would be. Like when you get in bed, don't you want to like relax, enjoy your like
Kick off your
nice
shoes.
duvet, like whatever it is. Like you're putting your shoes on something that you're gonna be like snuggling up with. You know what I mean? That's what grosses me out. Like the bottom of your shoes.
Yeah.
God
The
only
things you
knows.
step
God
in. Are
only
you
knows.
dead ass right now?
God only
Yeah.
knows.
That's crazy.
But it's funny because like that's because I was even talking about generations too with the light thing. Like I feel like this, like we're younger generation, and even we like all are
Yeah.
like
Right.
100% no, do not put shoes on the bed
Yeah.
instantly. So that's kind of
Just
funny.
nasty.
Like it's just interesting. Like look, like breaking these down one by one
right,
Yeah.
too,
for sure.
because they make sense. But like thinking about it, it's just pretty funny too.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Well, and they're so like some of these are so mainstream in our lives when we grew up that like people
Right.
when they say something about it, you're like, what do you mean? This is normal life, and people are like the lunch.
For sure.
Like, why are you bringing such a gourmet lunch? It's
Yeah.
like this is normal life for me.
Definitely.
Yeah. So these are all, I mean, I think they're all pretty valid as far as what Italian moms are getting mad about, you
Yeah.
know. The only one I'm a little surprised in, especially because we're talking about like getting sick and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Like, I don't know if you guys heard this, but like put on a jacket. That's what I always hear too.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
100%.
it could
Before
be,
you leave and anywhere, right?
yeah,
Even
like
when it's like 80 degrees, put a jacket on.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you always hear put on a jacket, put on a jacket. It's like, Mom, it's 80 out. Like, what are you
Right.
talking
Yeah,
about? Like,
right.
I don't know if they're just trained, but I could see that. Like the wet hair jacket thing, like 100%.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
so true. Why isn't like put a jacket on this?
I don't know. It
That's
could have been
actually
to
crazy.
whoever just saw the post on that day, but putting on a
Right.
jacket before you leave the house, like
Was
Italian
always
moms
a
get
thing.
pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's the only thing. That's what I would personally add to this. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have any you would add or that you always heard from Italian mothers, but
Off the top of my head,
You know
Don't got
what?
one.
Waking your ass up at 7 a.m. to clean the house. I didn't have to do this, thank God. My best friend would literally wakes up at 8 a.m.
yeah.
Like that's sleeping in because she has to.
To
Her
clean the
her
house.
mom makes her clean the whole house.
Oh, jeez. That's not
like,
cool. Thank God my mom
she's
never
like,
bothered
sorry,
me
I
to
can't
do
hang
that.
out. I have to make the homemade pasta in
my
Gianna with my mom.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
God.
Oh, that's kind of sweet though. That's like a good memory. Off the top of my head, the only habit that this didn't come from my mom. This actually, I can't remember who told. I think this might have been my dad. Was I like spinning things on the table? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this.
No.
Like I would like spin like maybe like a butter knife or something, like, or a cup. Like you just spin it around. My dad would lose his shit. Like he'd be like, stop spinning the silverware, stop spinning the cup. And I'd be like, why? He's like, it's bad luck. Like you can't do that. Or passing like a knife. Like you're not, like if I pass you like a pair of scissors or a knife, like you can't take it out of my hand. Like, because that means like I'm going to like, or they're going to stab you in the back or something. I don't know.
Interesting. That one I feel like that sounds a little familiar. Like the like grabbing the scissors and like grabbing it the wrong
like
way.
If you are supposed to, like you're supposed to lay it on, like if you needed like scissors, like I'm supposed to put it down and have you pick it up.
Yeah. I
Like,
vaguely have
otherwise-
heard that
that's
before.
smart, honestly.
I mean, like
Yeah.
a safety hazard maybe, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's the only like habits that like I've ever like been like, those were like the strongest one, and definitely like the plants 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was
So
such a thing.
they're on the common theme of like overprotectiveness, I would
Mhm.
say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they would wrap you in bubble wrap before you leave the house if they could.
Sure.
Italian moms, for
100%.
sure. So
100%.
that's funny where they're super overprotective. I think
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
hilarious. So,
Definitely.
and I don't know. I feel like I was like, I don't know if it's a guy thing or girl thing too, but my mom is like, baby, like you were talking about how your friend had to clean the house or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I didn't have to lift a finger. Like
yeah.
I could just be like,
Um,
I could say like something outrageous and my mom would just do it like no questions asked.
And then
like,
Marissa would probably get like the finger.
right. The Italian boy prince, or like the prince of the house kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yep, we have a few of those at my house too. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I could just be like I could just literally request something outrageous. My mom would do it and not even ask. Like I could be like, I could have a water bottle here. Mom, can you throw this away? And she would like come down 2 flights of stairs or
Yeah.
something and do it. If you know, like
There's
it's kind of
this-
funny. I never had to lift a finger cleaning.
Was it the same way for Marissa? And be honest. He's gonna be
Yeah, no, I think so. With my mom, my dad a little bit, maybe less, but
okay.
that's for both of us. So I don't know. But my mom, like, she wanted to spoil us, and you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my mom is definitely the same way. Like she like, well, she like babies all of us, but I would say like me and my sister are less babied, if that makes sense. We were still
Yeah.
babied, like,
Yeah.
but like definitely like being the girls in the house, like we were helping for sure, like
Yeah.
with everything, while my brothers were like getting fed, like spoon
Getting fed and playing
like
Xbox.
literally, yes,
Yeah.
like the whole day.
And playing Xbox.
Yeah.
Literally.
I saw this meme. I always see this meme like everywhere I am on social media where it's the Italian mom and she's texting her daughter like, get home now, you have a curfew, da, 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 da.
Mhm.
And then it's the text to the son. It's like, hi, my baby boy. I added $50 to your account.
Yeah.
If you need anything, I'm
Yeah.
right a text away. I'm like,
Mhm.
it's so accurate.
Yes, it's so true.
Exactly.
That's a whole other pod too.
Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
so
But
true, though.
we love you to all the Italian moms out there.
Yes.
We love you. We appreciate you. And guys, if you were listening and you relate to any of these, let us know. If we're missing any, let us know.
Yeah.
Drop a comment. Like the video. We appreciate your support. It means a lot. And we'll see you on the next podcast.